What's going down, everybody? God bless each and every single one of you guys. I wanted to continue with some of these probes that I got. I know I've been showing them on my channel quite a bit right now, but I wanted to do kind of a little bit of a comparison video between the three that I actually have here at the house. I guess long story short, the reason why I got them too is because, you know, Power Probe for me has been a very good tool. It's actually one of my favorite tools that I have, especially for diagnostics. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not trying to show them love just to show them love. You know what I'm saying? I do really enjoy their tools. The Power Probe 3 is the one that I've had and I've used quite a bit, and it's helped me diagnose so many vehicles. That I have a lot of respect for them, for Power Probe as a company, and I guess it shows, right? Because I have 3 of their products, actually 4. Like I said, but the Power Probe 3, the regular one, I got that one at work, and that one stays at work. And I brought the EECT900, the Snap-on version, so I could do reviews and talk about it. And the Power Probe Maestro that I recently picked up, I got that one here as well, so that I could also do a review and talk about it. And then the Power Probe 3 Easy is the one that stays home. It stays home, so I could be able to diagnose vehicles. I'm pretty sure you guys remember, you saw me using it whenever I was working on the Ford Focus with the headlight issue. I don't get a lot of work here, like too much, you know what I'm saying, but I do get some here and there. I work on my own personal vehicles, like the projects that, vehicles that I buy to sell and so forth. So no further ado, or however you state that, I'm gonna get right into it and show you guys what we got. So this is it. These are the 3 that I have. I have them all pretty much hooked up. I'm not gonna go too in depth. I just kind of want to run through them a little bit, show you a little bit of the differences that are between them. I know that they've had some comparing these to like the Power Probe 4 or so forth, but I wanted to do one kind of like this. It's a little bit different, but these are the ones that I have, and I like all of these tools. This right now has been my favorite only because I've had it the most out of these 3, and this is probably my favorite, the one that I actually like the most. But this one right here is gonna probably top it all off. Not 100% sure yet until I start actually being able to use it on a regular basis, and I'll be able to decide at that point, right? This one's pretty good. You guys, I'm pretty sure if you follow my channel, if you remember that I did a video on this one, there's something that I don't really like about that, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, these are the probes that I have. This is the Snap-on EECT900. This is the Power Probe 3 Easy, and this is the Power Probe Maestro right here. So cosmetically, or aesthetically rather, you could tell that there's a huge difference between this one, the Snap-on version, and these other 2 over here. And from what I got understood, what they've said, this is supposed to be held this way, like if this was a pencil, so that you could have this right here in the back of your hand, like while you're probing something, you can be able to see it, and probe things. This one obviously supposed to be held this way, and you can just kind of probe and stuff like that. And then this one, well, pretty much the same way, except this one, the difference between this one and the Maestro and the 3 Easy, they look very similar. If you look at the way the probe is, it sticks straight out. And when you look at the Maestro has a little bit of a slant this way, then it goes straight forward. So probably be looking at it like that, and you could probably see the screen a little bit better on the Maestro. Again, same thing, the difference between the Power Probe 3 and the Maestro aesthetically, you can see the speakers down here, speakers right here. You got the rocker switch, and then you have 2 buttons, which are like the function buttons. And then here you have different buttons, right, which is your flip button, your directional buttons, your mode button, your pair to pair to your phone, clear whenever you have a high a min and max, you can clear it out, and then your mute button to mute the noise. So that's pretty much the difference. Oh, also This has the breaker switch right here that usually whenever you short this out, It has a protective breaker switch that you gotta pop in, and this one has it built in. When you kick the breaker, I think you wait like about 10 seconds and then it'll reset itself. And the same thing with this one. This one has a built-in breaker as well. That whenever, actually, you know what? Let me just take this off. I know this looks ugly. I'll buy another screen protector for it. There you go. That's much more beautiful. Same thing. This one has a built-in breaker switch that whenever you trip it, I think it takes same thing about 10 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm sorry, about 10 seconds or so, and it'll reset itself. So right now what I want to do is just kind of go through some of the functions of this one, the EECT900 and the Power Pro Maestro. They each have their own spot, right? Because there's some things that you can do with the snap-on that you can't do with the actual Power Pro, the Maestro, or the 3. So let me just go through some of these, just kind of talk about them, right? So this was a switch mode, and let me see if I do this. So you have a momentary, which is whenever you press if you click on it, okay, I think you have that. And then I think over here on this side, I'm doing this one-handed, so I apologize. You can actually choose, no, not this one, okay. When you hit the rocker switch, okay, major fail on this one. And you go latch, and then pulse, and then over here you get to choose. I don't know why it's beeping, but anyways, this one sends a pulse of current, right, or voltage. Whenever you push it, and then it'll send like a pulse in like every 0.5 seconds, a quarter of a second, or a whole second. And so that's pretty good to diagnose, you know, certain issues that may be intermittent or something, right? Like I said, it's gonna have its own place. The momentary is just one small like pulse, and then it stops. And then the latch is whenever you click on it, and then it's gonna have like constant power being applied to it. From what I got understood. Let's go back to the mode, and then you have, this is the one that I actually like. All right, let's go the other way. And that I've been wanting to try it, and I want to try this one out because this one, you have a circuit breaker right here. You get to choose at what amperage you want it to kick off, right? So if you have a low amperage or a high amperage component that you're testing, you pretty much get to choose like when you want it to break, right? Like a circuit breaker or so forth. But what's cool about it, from what I got understood, like I said, I haven't tried it out, but from what I got understood, what I read in the manual, and I seen another video, is that whenever you supply power with this one, it's gonna shoot the power. See that? It tells you the resistance. It shoots power, and then what it measures is your amperage draw. How much amperage is taken to actually get that component going. So that's pretty important, especially whenever you want to test for faulty components, right? So that's one of the things that I really enjoy about this one. And from what I got understood, or from what I know, the Power Pro Maestro does not have that function. So that's a pretty good one. Let's go clear mode. Okay, I think there's probably a little issue with this connection because I just kind of, the setup is a little bit wacky around here because this is like the only cable that I saw with power, so everything's like attached to the same thing, so it might just be throwing it off a little bit. We did the amperage, the ohm meter. Everybody knows what an ohm meter is. You can measure resistance, and it gives you your min and your max. And while you're measuring it, if you're doing something, you can always push the clear button, and then it'll, you know, reset itself. Again, let's see, voltage AC, which is going to measure your alternating current. See, it goes by hertz, and peak to peak. Okay, yeah, your true RMS, and then your peak to peak, and then it goes back your pulse width, right? Yeah, and I haven't tried that out, but that one's pretty cool as well. And then there you go, your voltage DC, direct current, which is what that's mostly used for DC volts. It goes right to the DC volts, and even this right here goes to DC. That's your default screen on the power probes. And on this one, this is your default screen, which you actually have to choose. You can't just start using it. You got to choose what you want. So voltage DC, again, you choose your power, and then it measures min, max. And then what's cool about this is that you also have your battery stat, and it's to test 12-volt batteries, and then hot shot. I don't remember 100% what hot shot is, but it's there. And I got to check that out later on to see what happens. So yeah, that's the EECT900. Those are your functions for it. Hold on one second. Okay, so I apologize about that. I had a company that just came in, so I had to put it on pause real quick. So back to where we were at. This is the, actually let's go with this. This is your Power Probe 3 Easy, which is very similar to the, as far as the function goes, it's actually identical to the Power Probe 3, right? If I remember, here we go. That's where you have your voltmeter, your peak to peak, max peak, min peak, AC threshold, flip screen, easy learning, and easy diagnostics. So it has a guided diagnostics and actually teaches you how to use this tool, which is actually pretty cool. Let's go back. Main menu. Oh, 5-volt reference, components, voltage check, fuse test, charge test. So it has a lot of the functions that the Maestro has as well. Well, back to the same one. And then that's when you apply your voltage, you apply your ground, and you can make things smoke. And this is the Power Probe Maestro, which is the one I was really excited for. As you can see, this is way different. Very similar, but way different, right? I don't know if that makes sense or not. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through some of these. So right now we have direct voltage, or direct current, my apologies. You switch to the side, and then you have your ohmmeter right there, min max. You also have your voltage alternating current, your peak to peak, and your hertz frequency. Right, and you go back all the way over here to your home page, and this is where it gets pretty cool. So you have your multimeter, which is what we were at right now, a special test for your injectors, also easy learning, and it just kind of gives you a little guide of how to use it. Right? Welcome to Power Probe Maestro Easy Learning. This program will introduce you to the basic functions of this tool. Press M to continue. I don't know if I can actually exit out of this. Alright. Okay, let me just take this one off real quick and then restart it up. Wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. So, and that's how it starts up right there, right? So let's go back over here to your home screen, your injector, and then your guided diagnostics, which I think is another really cool function. So it has to check your batteries, your alternator ripple, your fuse, to check the components, kind of give you a little guidance, and then your wiring, I guess, to check the integrity of the wiring. And then the other thing that I wanted to show, and I actually forgot, is here. When you have this little thing, you can push towards the up, and it becomes a graph. And then you can actually pair this with your phone, and then you have like a little graph, right? And it shows you, you know, more, I can say accurate. Well, yeah, more accurate, more detailed, I guess was the word I was trying to look for. More detailed information, right? And that would work good for, you know, even ohms, voltage, for anything. So yeah, like I said, this is just a quick little rundown of the probes that I actually have right now, and how the basic functions of them, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be seeing you guys later, man. God bless each and every single one of you guys. And I guess one of the next videos that I'm going to be doing is going to be doing individual tests on each one of these, you know, at their appropriate time. So be on the lookout for those. God bless each and every single one of you guys. Goodbye.